update. Oh, I'm going to talk about my situation one more time. And unless something else changes, this will be the last time we'll be talking about it. It's not an emergency anymore. So we had our family meeting, and everybody had their own information. It's why I wanted everybody together, so we could, everybody hears the same thing, everybody knows what's going on. So Michelle got a text that someone was going to be showing the house. She made her assumptions. She started looking for places, sending links to Zach. He panicked, come up with his own assumptions. Ken was going with what Zach was doing. I spoke to the landlord directly. At first, I was only going by what Michelle had said and what Zach had said. Then I spoke to the landlord separately, and I heard things that they didn't hear. Mass confusion. So, it's all together. According to Zach, they assumed I wouldn't give up the cat, so I was excluded, and I'm still not impressed with that. But I told them, I says, you kind of opened my eyes to possibilities, right? So now I have to protect myself. I have to find a place for myself. I don't have a choice anymore. So I haven't done that yet. And the reason I haven't done that yet is, well, first of all, it's not an emergency now. But I'm still up at night. I cannot be up in the daytime right now. No matter how hard I try, the harder I try, the worse it gets. So I have to wait until my body says, okay, you can change time to sleep now. And I watched a video last night. I believe it was last night, about fibromyalgia. It just kind of showed up in my suggested video feed. And he kind of clears up the misconception that fibromyalgia is about pain, and he's going through all the things that, it's more than just pain. And the sleep, how did he put it? I don't know, it affects your ability to sleep anyways. I don't remember exactly how he put it. And yeah, that's exactly how it is for me. There are times where I can't sleep in the daytime. There are times I can't sleep at night. There are times I sleep twice a day. And well, I went out today. A really nice drive today. It was pretty nice out. And I went out. I did kind of an out of town tour, and I stopped up at the river, and there's this beaver swimming along the shore. Now, normally when I encounter a beaver, they smack their tail on the water and scare the crap out of me and then submerge. Not this one. He stayed at the surface. And I'm looking at it, and this has to be the largest beaver I have ever seen. And this thing was huge. It had to be, like, its body itself had to be 24 inches, 2 feet. It was very large. And then, the length of its tail after that, it was huge. At first, I wasn't sure what it was at first. I see a lot of muskrats in there. I knew it wasn't a muskrat, it was too big. It just had the head of a... I'm not even sure what they're called. One of those Scottish dogs. They have that long, large nose. Like from the top of its snout to the bottom of its, under here. It's like, it stays like that and then drops off. I don't know how to explain that. Let's see if I can find a picture so you know what I mean. That's what it looked like. It looked like a little dog. And I realized it was a beaver, and it's like, wow, it was very large. I don't know where that came from, but I just decided to talk about that. But it was a nice drive. And I've done a few. I went out once. We got rain. Started out okay, and then it started raining. I don't want to use that video. And then, I don't know if it was yesterday. Possible that yesterday was the day of the rain, I'm not sure. But it was another day I did an out-of-town tour. It was kind of nice that day too, but it was a little bit earlier yesterday, or today when I went out it was evening. But it is 10 to 2 a.m. right now. And rather than, spending the next 6 hours in bed trying to sleep, I decided to go out for a drive. Get some fresh air, and maybe, this will help me sleep when I go back in. I don't know. But I haven't been doing a whole lot. There's only really, other than this, there's only really other one bit. Yeah. My message is in that jumbled mess there somewhere. Other than this, there's only one other video that I can make, and that's today's tour, basically, which I'll probably do, but I'm going through stuff right now. Physically going through my belongings. Just getting rid of whatever I'm not gonna need, right? And it's really dawning on me. I'm giving up a lot. And it's getting kind of hard to deal with, right? This could be a major change in my life. Downsizing a lot. And, I'm just looking here. That, those, that, all this. Those I can probably take, those gotta go. Most of the stuff on my desk here, I can't take with me. It's, you accumulate stuff over the years, and this isn't junk. This isn't hoarding. I'll hold on to this. I may need this someday type thing. I may have a use for that. It's useful stuff. Like my gardening tools, tree trimming stuff, air compressor, various power tools, tarps, my heavy duty wiring from when I put the second set of batteries on the Monster. I won't need that again, but it's stuff that's not just here that when I put the Monster's batteries on the ES950, I thought I was going to have to extend the battery cables out because they're not going to fit in their normal slot, so I had to make up space for them on the floor. I figured I'd need that, but thankfully they reach, right? So it does have a use. It's not something that's just taking up space that I'll never use again. All my little C-clamps. My snowblower, lawnmower, I won't need anymore. Majority of my tools. Some of them I'll keep, obviously. The welder, Zach and I split on the welder, so he'll just claim that. Not something I have to get rid of. I won't be selling or anything, but he'll take that. All my lumber, all my steel, aluminum. I've got to go. My paints. It's gonna be rough. In the end, I'll probably be, I wouldn't say happier, I'll get comfortable with it, but, you know, just the prospect of moving into a different lifestyle where I won't be doing what I'm doing now. And physically, even mentally and physically, that might even have an effect on me. I don't know. But the stress is gone, the worry's gone. I don't know. But like I say, I've already started downsizing. I'm still going through all my DVDs and just locating them all, just kind of putting them all together in one spot. I'm checking them. I'm not actually watching them to make sure they work, but if they load, like the title screen, if it loads, selection screen or whatever, then I include it. If it doesn't load, it's going in the garbage. And I learned something, a little bit of wisdom that I will pass along to you. You recognize this? This is a DVD. Believe it or not, this is a DVD. And here's the wisdom. Don't store DVDs in a damp location. All my DVDs, well, pretty much all of them, were in the basement in the house in Hanover. And quite a few of them have moisture damage. This one's the worst. Mold has completely eaten the inside of this disc. It's just clear plastic now. The play surface is completely gone. I know you can't see it, but if you can see light through it, you can just kind of see, it kind of looks like the surface of the moon. You can see like there's like little craters all over it, and what the edges of the craters are all that's really left, and it's very subtle. I have some that they look like they have flesh-eating disease. There'll be a spot, and you can see how it's growing outwards. Well, apparently this one grew and grew and grew until there was nothing left. It's insane. I've never seen that before. It's crazy. So don't store your DVDs in a damp location. This isn't anything great anyway, so no great loss. A lot of, well, not a lot, but some of the DVDs I have were given to me anyways. I just kind of acquired. This was one of them. I don't even know if I watched it. What is it? I can just find a spot. I had it right the first time. South Bronx Heroes. I don't even know what that is. I don't recall ever watching that, so I don't know. But that's crazy. I don't know if you'll be able to read that or not. Maybe block the background. Oh, that shows up really well now. South Bronx Heroes. No longer a DVD. That's nice. It's kind of funny, actually. So, I don't know. I have a lot of paper work and stuff to go through as well. I got boxes of that. I was going to do that in Hanover, never got around to it, so it's here now. I got to go through it here. Shred what needs to be shred. A lot of it's just receipts. I'll never need. I have receipts from like the 80s, you know, some like rental car agreements and stuff like that. Stuff that I don't even need to have. But like I say, it's just I've just never really gotten around to going through everything. So I got to do that. Sorry, I'm just... You can't see anything. Sounds like it's raining? Wow, I got back at the right time. It is raining. I had the back light on. I don't see anything. I'm sitting here, it sounds like running water. But it's coming from behind me, it's not coming from the roof. So when I pulled in the driveway here when I got back, I thought I saw a couple snowflakes fall. Like 2 of them together. But that's all I saw the whole time. Yeah, I was thinking, that sounds like rain. But when I look outside, it looks like snow. Let me see what I can... Let me just check the radar here. Okay, that's just weird. There's nothing on the radar. At the last second, a whole bunch of stuff shows up. Not near us, though. Okay, I'll record that for you. That's just weird. There's nothing on the radar. I'll record a few cycles of that. That's just weird. When I look at the light up back here, I don't see anything at all. So, I didn't want to get wet tonight, so I'm glad I got back when I did. Wow. But I kind of left early. I didn't do a full out-of-town tour like I did today. I just kind of went a shorter route, I guess you could say. And where I saw the beaver, I stopped there tonight. And I'm sitting there in the dark. And I'm hearing coyotes off in the distance. It is always an eerie sound. I'm not afraid of coyotes, though. I've never had a truly bad experience. I had one uncomfortable experience with coyotes many, many years ago when I used to go for a walk at night. I was walking down the road. There's a gravel pit off to the left, and a coyote not that far away started howling. And then on the other side, it's kind of an open field, pasture, grassland type area, and another coyote on that side was answering back. So they're on both sides of me, and they weren't far away. It was kind of freaky. But like I say, I don't fear coyotes, so it wasn't that bad. And then I heard another one off in the distance. I don't remember what direction, but I remember it was more distant. So they're talking to each other. And I was almost at the end of that concession, got to the end, turned right, and went up to the next concession. And by that time, I'd pretty much forgotten about them. And I sat and... I'm still recording here, I forgot. Okay, so... apparently, if the phone falls asleep, it stops recording. I'm actually surprised it fell asleep doing a screen recording. So anyways, I'd pretty much forgotten about them by that point. I sat down, I'm taking a break. I got the gravel pit behind me, and like a different part of it. And I'm sitting there, and I hear this noise behind me. So I turn around, and I always have a flashlight with me when I go out at night. So I turned around. Yeah, I didn't know what the noise was. It wasn't anything specific. I just heard something, and it wasn't far away. So I grab my light, I turn around, I turn it on. There's 4 sets of eyeballs staring at me, about 20 feet away. So these buggers, they called to each other, and they all came together, and they were following me, obviously. So that kind of freaked me out. So, aside from blinding them with the light, I grabbed a handful of gravel from the side of the road, threw it at them, and just kind of walked away, kept, I didn't run or anything. You never run from a wild animal. It invokes a chase. But I just walking away slowly. And I turned around and looked back and, make sure they weren't following, and they weren't. Turned my light on. I didn't see them anymore. I never saw them again that night. That's the only really negative experience I've had with coyotes. They've never bothered me before. I had a fox follow me one time on my bike. That was kind of freaky. If you remember, I think Super Mario World, when he's underground and he's going through places, you get these ghosts that follow you, and as soon as you turn around to face them, they stop. That's what this fox was doing. I'd start riding, and he'd start following me, and as soon as I stop, shine my light on him, he's not moving. So I ride a little bit more, stop, shine a light on him, he's closer, he's not moving. That's what it reminded me of. These ghosts that only follow you when you're not facing them. That's what this fox was doing. It was freaky. So I just kind of, I'm not sure how fast foxes can run, but I just went as fast as I could, and eventually I looked back again, and it wasn't there anymore. But that kind of freaked me out. A fox, I've never heard of a fox attacking, a human unless it's a rabbit or something, but that kind of freaked me out. I've never had a fox follow me. They've always gone the opposite direction. So, the reason I'm telling this story is because I was sitting up there tonight, and I heard these coyotes. They're way off in the distance. If I was making any kind of noise, I probably wouldn't have heard them. So, it didn't, like I said, it's an eerie sound as it is. Like, even if I'm in my bedroom and I hear them out in the open areas out there, it's a freaky sound. So, it never bothered me. So I'm sitting there, and the longer I'm sitting there, the more I'm kind of looking around. I'm getting an uneasy feeling. No reason for it. I'm just starting to get this feeling I need to leave. And like I say, no explanation, not a clue. I don't think it was related to the coyotes, because I wasn't, like, are they here type thing? I wasn't looking for coyotes when I was looking around. The longer I sat there, the stronger this feeling is, I need to get out of here. I don't know what it was. But I didn't finish my cigarette. And maybe 3/4 of it, and I said, no, I gotta go. I just feel like I shouldn't be here. So that was kind of freaky. So as for smoking goes, if I move into this place, I gotta trim my mustache again. If I move into this place where Reg is, I can't smoke there. Can't smoke outside on the balcony. Can't smoke. Go outside. You can't even smoke on the property. You have to leave the property. So, as it is right now, I smoke most when I'm sitting at the computer, and that's the area I'm working on right now. I have tried to quit many times in the past, not because I wanted to, but for financial reasons. It's an expensive habit. So anytime I've tried to quit, it was for financial reasons. Therefore, I couldn't quit because I don't want to. And for some people, they just decide they don't want to smoke anymore, and they don't. And that's amazing. I don't know how people can do that. Because it is very, very difficult for other people. And impossible for some. I might be one of those impossibles. I don't know. But it's going to be rough. Because like I say, I smoke most when I'm sitting at my computer. And when I go out, I only smoke when I stop to take a break. So I don't smoke much while I'm out. And even when I'm out here working, I only smoke when I need to take a break. I don't need to take a break to have a smoke. I have a smoke while I need it, while I take a break, because I need a break from working. So as far as that, it doesn't rule my life, but it does inside. And that's the part that's going to be the most difficult, because I'm on my computer most of the time, you know, when I'm not out. Actually, pretty much all the time. So I've been trying to cut down as much as I can. I get to the point where it's like, I need one. No, not yet. Put it off. I've been doing pretty good. And I never realized how good until I went out today. And I did some shopping. I had to buy some food. Grabbed my coffee. I went down to the park. Stopped at the boat launch. And when I started smoking, I got dizzy. That tells me it's been a while since I've had one. Because it's been a long time since that's happened. And I know from experience, if a cigarette makes me feel dizzy, I'm getting that sudden rush of nicotine. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, as far as, you know, I'm not going to pass out or anything, but that just tells me that it's been a while since I had one. So that was actually pretty cool. That was a good sign. I really doubt I'll be able to quit 100%. But if I can get to the point where I don't smoke indoors, no problem. The biggest issue for me is not, like, I'm not going to be using, you know, smoking aids. I won't be using the patch. I won't be using the gum, this disgusting stuff, or the inhaler or anything like that. It's not the nicotine that I'm having an issue with. It's the habit. I need something to replace that, you know. Okay, I gotta wait for my computer. It's gonna be a long process. What do I do, right? Light up a smoke. Nope. I gotta find something to replace that habit. You know. Other times I've tried to quit, I use candies. Just, you know, have something in my mouth, but nope, that doesn't work because I end up smoking with a candy in my mouth. But like I said, until I'm in that mindset where I have to quit, I won't be able to. I need something to replace it with. And if it's just for financial reasons, that's not good enough for me. It does not work. So, but I'm working on it. And now this is the first time that I've had a reason to. So, I just... I don't know how to explain it, really. Just when I get overstressed, and you've seen, I do get overstressed. That's all I have. That's, you know, the only calming thing that I really have. I don't have a lot of bad habits. But as far as that, you know, I need that pleasure, I guess you could say, to overcome my stress. I don't know what else to say about that. But, you know, I do have the willpower to just say not yet. To say no completely, I don't know yet. I'll find out eventually. But to actually just put it off, then yeah. When I first wake up, I need one right away because, you know, it's been a few hours. Nicotine level's gone down, and I desire it right away. That one will be difficult. In a situation where I can't smoke indoors, that'll be a rough one, but, you know, got to do what I got to do. So, we'll see. I guess that's all I got. Tonight was a good night to come out. I had a bunch of garbage to take out. Garbage night tonight, or, well, morning. Garbage morning. So, brought some garbage out here, filled up the bag that I have out here, and it's sitting at the curb right now. Getting rained on, apparently. I don't hear it anymore. Well, that's just weird. Nothing on the radar for it. So, I guess that's all I got.